motorcycles is not therapy.
What do you
It's
think?
not.
Do you think motorcycles is a form of therapy?
No, it's not. It just doesn't make sense.
There's an incident in Ruston that happened. It was a young kid. How did you run into this roundabout head on and, lose your life?
I think he was going triple digits.
Triple digits?
Wait,
is what I
at
heard?
Rustin?
At Rustin.
Yeah, you know that little patch? That's like, you'll see it.
It's painted. Next time you go, you'll see it when you're
it's a brand new
go
piece of
straight
cement.
and look at the roundabout.
It's a brand new piece of cement. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, lost his life there. And I think, my only theory is that wasn't an accident. Welcome back to Brude Talk episode 5. This is a very special Brude Talk because today is the day that the Yamaha R9 was released officially from Yamaha. We're also talking about a few other topics. How I met these guys. We're going to talk about motorcycles as therapy. We're also going to talk about stunt riding versus track riding. Welcome back to Brude Talk. Let's get into this. Let's go ahead and introduce the hosts of Brude Talk. We're going to start over here with our token white guy.
Token white guy. Machine Gun Moto.
Say hello. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, and then my son.
It's funny because you guys are wearing the same color hoodie today.
Yeah.
He's junior, bro. He's junior, bro. 206 Sarvesh.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Dad
We
scares
got
me next
Storm
to me.
6R. I call him Stormy Daniels, but I cannot call him that anymore, apparently. So,
Mr. Dragney.
yes. And we have Picks by Nate, also moving forward, going to be known as Shiftin' Focus on YouTube.
Or Nasty Nate, because that's what everyone calls him.
He's
Nasty Nate.
This guy's so excited. This morning, he
No.
He's
texted
literally-
the group.
Literally the first person to say something.
Very much so.
Hey,
Yes.
I've never got a text this early from Nasty Nate.
Ever.
bro.
Yeah, because I know that y'all aren't going to figure out the subjects before now.
No. It's
I was trying to
specifically
give
the
y'all
R9.
actual
No, he
actual
wanted
time.
He was like
Showboat.
R9,
He wanted to
R9. He's like, I got the R7, probably gonna grab the R9
No.
next.
If anything, I was more excited for the fact that I called the price right. So I'm stoked about
did.
that.
That's crazy. 12 and a half, bro.
Yeah.
That's got to be like the number one seller for the Yamaha R9 for me right now.
Yeah, no, it's super cheap for what it's worth. It's not too expensive for its class because all the other bikes in its class are technically more expensive. So it makes a hell of a difference because people don't want to buy something that's super expensive. I mean, people do.
Sure.
Just like RSV4s and Ducatis.
Sure. What class do you want to put this in? You keep talking about the class. What class do you think it's in?
Because it's not quite, it's not a leader bike straight up. It just isn't.
It's
It
even
can't
close to a little
exactly.
hater bike.
Is it a 600cc Screamin' Super Sport?
I
No.
would say it's
No, that's a problem.
it's getting its own.
It's in its own
It's in
unique
its
You
own.
class.
ask Alex, he'll just tell you the straight
Oh,
answer.
I'm not.
it's
I'm not gonna sugarcoat
Okay,
anything.
so you wouldn't say it's a 600RR.
No, it's not even 600R. It's not an R1. You don't like.
Definitely not a ZX6R.
No,
for sure.
it's
Right?
not as.
It's its own thing. R9.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. I mean,
See, I have
what
the
other
question.
competitors do you think?
Yeah.
The one that I can think of is RS660.
so
Not
yeah,
the same price point.
I want to say it falls into that class. I mean, with the horsepower that's putting out, it pretty much does fall in that true middleweight class.
Way more torque than the RS660 though.
Yeah, but we kind of knew that coming into it because of the CP3 engine.
Yeah,
So
that's interesting.
it's not really a surprise.
Yeah.
It's just more or less where does it sit, and it kind of makes its own class. So that we don't really know yet.
Daytona 660
Yeah,
in that class maybe.
I would say more than likely because it's gonna run with that and the CF Moto.
Okay, so I think the class that we're thinking of is the street but trackable class.
Yes,
I think that is the class.
Yeah.
Because the 600RR, the ZX6R, the R6,
those
GXR
are
600, those are track bikes.
Those are track
Yeah.
bikes.
Yeah, there's no denying it. Those are track bikes that you can ride on the street. This new class of motorcycles is really, I think it's aimed at new riders who might want to be more street, but also sometimes take it to the track.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be race legal, to be honest, because I thought it was 800cc and below.
I technically yes, but we all know Ducati bent the rules on that.
Yeah.
So
Ducati.
it doesn't really matter. You said Dorna, right? Dorna makes the rules.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Dorna
Yeah.
bends the rules. So if they're gonna bend the rules, they gotta accompany this one as well.
We'll see. I'm guessing there's going to be an R9M or an R9 SP. That's my guess.
My guess is they're gonna do both. The price point is low enough; they can make all that money. Come on, honestly, like when
two
you think
different
about
options.
it, two different options. essentially 3 different trims.
Yeah.
They can either stack it all the way up. That way the people that kind of want something that resembles their R1
Yeah.
can have that and feel happy. And then they can have the SP for the people who are like, you know what, I just want a little bit more of the creature comforts.
Interesting.
Because then that gives them an excuse to sell you carbon fiber wheels.
Let's move over here because it seems like there's a lot of tension for the R9 on Machine Gun Alex over here. What do you think of the R9, bro?
Alex just doesn't
Is it
like
a like it or a love it?
Alex doesn't like it because it's not a BMW.
I know.
It is not a Bimmer, so I don't like it. But no, I don't know. I think it's still kind of overpriced for the hike it is at 12. Because I don't think you'll actually get it for 12. I think that's the thing. It's like they can say MSRP is 12. But I think it's probably going to go for more like 15 or 14 still. Because you think the dealer's going to still get something on the top.
Well, I didn't. They, at least for me, I paid the service fee and the taxes. That was it. There was no MSRP bump, and I got a 2024.
So yeah, besides the fact that dealers are going to mark them up,
Yeah.
do you think 12.5 is a good price for the R9? Think of all
Get
the
a
other
hater
bikes.
bike. Get a little hater bike. I don't know. I don't really see the point of this bike or like where it really is going to fit in.
I just explained it. It's a trackable street bike.
Yeah, I guess I want the power out of it though, and you're just not getting the power. So
Wait, what does trackable street bike mean? Because I feel like aren't all bikes trackable?
Yeah, but I mean a more track-ready
Oriented.
street bike.
Oh, okay.
Let's run down the parts.
Yeah,
Let's run
yeah.
down the parts, okay?
Yeah. So
Lightweight aluminum delta box frame, right? They made it lighter than the MT09 frame by doing something like some kind of
Something
gravity
weird.
built or something like that.
I think I read
Gravity
that in the
core.
article.
That's what
Yeah,
it's called.
yeah.
Okay, so it's light. It's a lighter frame that's made for the track, right? Delta box frame. It's closer to the geometry of an R1 than it is the MT09. It has Brembo Stilemmas now. It also has better suspension,
It also has rider modes as well.
rider modes, and then to make it streetable, it has cruise control.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's got like 60 something pound-feet of torque, which is a lot. It's MT09. I think the top speed on the MT09 is 130 miles an hour.
I think s-
In 140.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
140.
that's what I think.
Pretty fast bike.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of horsepower, just over 100. And it's rider friendly because of all the different modes. 6-axis IMU that you would find on the R1.
Yeah.
What's good about that is the electronics help you at the track.
They do.
When you're leaned over, it has ABS and it has a multitude of sensors that, if your wheel slips, the computer can engage itself and help you keep the bike upright. So that's what a streetable
Or to keep your bike
a
down
trackable
as
street
well.
bike is. That's what it is.
Sounds complicated.
Because all of those things apply to the ZX6R as well.
Yeah,
Most
but
of
the
them.
ZX6R is it's a track bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a street bike.
I know it's a track bike. Y'all seen me out there?
Yeah. He's
So
like,
you don't like it.
I don't really. I mean, I can kind of see where you're coming from. I think it has a lot of cool features, a lot of cool things like that. But I don't know. I still think it's kind of overpriced in my
Were you
opinion.
a fan of the R6?
Kinda.
Then there's your answer.
Now, but see that's a difference. I think the track, because the R6 I was on was a track. I did like it. It wants to keep itself there. It turns super well, but it's a specific track ready bike, super light, running on high octane fuel.
Okay.
I think it was fun, but then you don't really want to do that because then you can't put it on the street. So, are you going to take the R9 and put track fairings on it and do
I think
that?
people will.
That might be a good option then.
Yeah. I
Because
think
it's
people
giving
will.
you everything you want, honestly. Like most of the time, at least when you think about it this way, a lot of people spend a lot of money on a track bike that they can only take to the track.
Yeah.
A lot of people dump another $5,000 into their track bike.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
bike is gonna come pretty much ready for you to take it.
Yeah.
So aside from, does it have Öhlins?
No. It's
So-
KYB,
yeah,
but
so-
fully adjustable.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the Öhlins dampener.
No, I
back.
don't think it's one of those bikes that has enough power. Is what I'm saying, but it could have. I mean, we don't know. Does the
one of those-
MT09?
That's one of those track upgrades.
Does the MT09 have a steering damper? You have a steering damper?
Oh, not a damper, but
Yeah, so he does have an Owen's
Steering
dampener in the
damper?
back. Or
No.
no,
You
he
have
has,
Olin's
he has
shock.
it in the rear. Yeah, the
Yeah.
shock.
Yeah, but besides the Olins, I mean, like I said, they're probably gonna make an SP version
Yeah,
with full Olin
yeah,
suspension.
exactly.
What do you think, Sarvesh? Are you excited about the R9?
I'm kind of
or-
excited. I mean, it's one. This kind of bike, as we said, it fits it in its own class, and it what is it? It comes out with, like you said, quick shifter and auto
Yeah.
blip.
Yes.
Comes
Yep.
with all
Factory.
and everything. That's one thing I want in my bike.
Slipper clutch too.
I
Factory.
want that in my bike, and that would be kind of interesting to see how it comes out of.
Yeah, because the
Yamaha
ZX6R is not
factory.
ride by wire.
It's not, yeah. And you can't even put a auto blip on the ZX6, can you? There's like a whole
you can,
like
but you have to do a lot to
whole
it to
like
make
system
that.
for it.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think it's possible. It's just extremely difficult.
extremely difficult.
I
yeah.
could be wrong, but I've heard of like it's possible, but is it really worth it
That's
to
true.
go through all that trouble for it?
That's
But you have experience now. Like if it came down to it, between the ZX6R or the R9, with your experience now, you would get the ZX6R hands
100%,
down,
100%,
right?
100%.
New kid that's coming in and is thinking about R7 or R9.
So
Bro,
that-
I'm gonna be like, go for the
Go
R9.
for
R9 because
Yeah.
all the technology
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
in it.
And that's
same
where it shines.
ergonomics.
Yeah.
Same, you still get an underpowered bike from the factory,
Yeah,
so it's still tameable.
yeah.
Because what you said last week was like, oh, you think a kid can get 1,000 cc because of all the electronics you can
Yeah,
tune
which
it
I
down.
guess that's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's where it's gonna sit when you think about it. Where the price is for
Yeah.
the person that has an extra $2,000,
Two
$3,000,
or three
it's
thousand.
like,
Yeah,
It's
why
not
the
the
hell
price
not?
of an S1000.
Yeah.
S1000 starting MSRP is like 17.9
Yeah,
for the base. That's not even with the premium.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing
You
that's
saved
on it.
like $5,000. I think Yamaha did excellent.
Like a
man.
lot of people are gonna buy it just purely because they can afford it. Versus the bar of entry for most leader bikes is expensive technically.
I love how Yamaha said they stated this is not a replacement for the RC.
Yes.
they,
I did.
Oh
threw
my
that out
god!
there, bro.
They
I've
had
seen
to
that.
say it
I've seen
They
that.
threw
because
that out there.
everyone
They
got
did not
mad.
want people to get mad at them.
Oh my god!
They did not want people to get mad at them. But I will say this is a great replacement to the R6, in my opinion. My
Yeah,
humble
yeah.
opinion, I think fine. Gone with the R6. I think the R9 is freaking dope, man.
And with this, they can start weaning people off of the R1 only because I think it was confirmed that they have plans for a V4, so they can
Oh, they
drop.
confirmed it?
I think so.
have to
I'm
double check on
not
that.
positive, but if they were to start working on it, they'd be able to do that now.
That would be cool. I'd love to see an R1 with a V4 platform.
Yeah, that'd be
Because then
sick.
like, everybody's like V4 now, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that's
Actually,
the only way they
you know,
can.
S1000RR is V4, bro.
They
there
can't
we
compete.
go.
There
Finally,
we
a
go.
bike that I
Finally.
can be behind by
Yes,
Yamaha
that's
V4.
right, yeah.
Sorry, everything has to be V4.
Would a V4 R1 interest you?
First
You
of
and
all,
Sarvesh,
first
because
of
you
all-
guys are both coming off of a V4, and you guys are both coming off of the same bike.
Well,
so
I just
like, would that? Because I know you were thinking you want an R1M. So
Yeah.
what would that really be the icing on the cake for you? Come on, think about it. V4 R1, dude.
See, my question is, what would they name it? What do you think I would name it?
VR1. I don't know. RV4.
V4, I don't know.
RV4?
Yeah.
There's a new R1.
They're gonna keep it with an R. So
Yeah.
M4, I don't know, bro.
RV4M.
RV4M.
I would get that bike.
You
Yeah.
would?
I would definitely get that bike.
It's gonna be the R4.
Most
R4.
definitely.
Just like they're like doesn't make any sense anyway.
Worst
All
name
over like
ever.
these.
No, I'm excited for it. I think 12.5 is a great price. What you get with it is amazing. If you are a fan of the MT09 and you are wanting to get into a super sport, but you're not quite ready for the R1, I think the R9 is a great addition to the MT09. Same exact platform, right? Same heart. They didn't change anything except for the fueling.
The fuel mapping, and I think gearing
the
ratio.
Final gear ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was like
Can I-
1643 to 45 or something like that.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I want to say something. Okay, because it seems like everybody here likes the R9, except for
Alex.
maybe Alex.
I don't like how it
He's-
looks, but I don't like
He's
how
kinda
okay,
like this.
There we
Kinda
go.
like
Yes.
I don't
Okay.
like
So
how it
I like.
looks.
Okay. Everything about it sounds cool, right? Read the article. No, actually, no. Let me not lie. I didn't read the article. I skimmed through it.
2.2.
you
I
didn't
seen.
read the
Listen.
source material,
Listen.
damn it.
I seen something.
Oh
I seen
my
something about
God.
gravity. And I was like, okay, cool. It's either gonna be a lightweight bike or that thing's gonna be able to float. That's awesome. Dude, the looks of the bike, dude. That light in the middle, I cannot. I don't like that, dude.
It's
You
on
don't like the
it's on the same
No.
thing.
It's the same on the
Dude,
R7.
when I seen the R7 too, I was like, dude,
So
they
you
need
wanted the
to
two
throw
lights on
that.
the bottom.
They
He
need to
just
throw
wants
that
the
away.
R1. He wants the R1 face.
No, just
You want the
take
R1
just
face.
take that middle light out of there. Just take it out completely.
But we need it so we can see in traffic
No,
at
no,
night.
no. Okay, just make the lights bigger or something. I don't know.
Everybody's
I
gonna
just
So it'll be a
can't.
giant Cyclops, what you're saying?
No, I just
Okay,
can't.
all right.
dude.
What
I
is
can't.
okay? Let's get into this. What is your number one besides the? So yours is the light in the middle.
Yeah.
What is your complaint about the R9?
At least from the side profile, it just looks basic as shit.
Okay, so
Like that's my
it looks
biggest.
just like your R7.
It
right?
does. minus a little bit of the curve.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because at least the R7 has like some curves to it on the actual sides of the fairings, but at least the photos that they show, it just looks
Too
kind of
sharp?
blocky. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks really
Do you
sharp.
think it's because of the winglet?
I think so. It just looks
Oh,
strange.
so
I mean,
we
I
should
like.
just add the ones that you bought from Emma.
Oh yeah, of course. And then if you drop the bike, it's okay. It's
It's
only
okay.
20
Right,
bucks.
just buy-
It's only
buy
20
another
bucks.
one.
I thought it was
What-
because you didn't have the mirrors on it. I thought you
Oh,
wanted
right,
because
yeah,
he doesn't
yeah.
want his
No,
mirrors
the
on the bike.
Zomas.
No, I want
the
mirrors. I just
Zomas
have
mirrors.
them replaced.
Amazon
It's like then it'd be
mirrors.
fine.
Yeah. What don't you like about it? Price?
I think the price, but I think it's the power. But I think that could get tuned into it too. So if you
Yeah.
buy the R9,
Yeah.
you can tune it. It's still kind of like the MT09, same engine. It's like tunes are going to be there basically day one. So I think that's what's going to be cool.
Cool.
But I think it's the power out of it. Like I would like to have just a bit more.
Okay.
So I know that engine can create way more power out of there.
All right.
And it just, you would have thought that it would have made more, in my opinion.
That's fair. Go ahead.
Same as like what Nate and Storm were saying. I mean, looks as it just kind of looks like an R7, like when you look at it from the front with winglets and all that. And then power wise, if I was to get a bike that's like in the middle class where it says it's an 890 cc, I'd be wanting to get a little bit more out of it.
More power.
More power out of it.
Okay. All right. So here's my thoughts. Here's something I don't like as well as the power. I agree with you. But here's where I think Yamaha was a little bit smart. They said this MT09 platform is already Euro 5 compliant.
Yeah,
Why
this
change
is
it?
true.
Yeah.
They don't
Why
got to jump
change
through hoops. They can just push it through.
And then in the future, I think they, like I said, they're probably going to make an SP version with better suspension.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they're going to change the motor at all. It would be pointless for them to go through all that R&D. But I think, like what Alex was saying, I think the aftermarket tune market is going to be flooded. People are going to be ready.
And
Yeah.
plus, they'll probably have the GYTR tune as well.
Yeah.
When they drop all the stuff for the GYTR
Yeah, there's going to be some kind of
variant.
race kit for it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they do it with all of their bikes.
Yeah. And I think that's why they set the price.
You want to try that again?
I think they set the price.
I said the price.
I think they set the price point correct.
Okay.
I think the price point is. I don't think they could have lowered it anymore. How much is the R7? 9?
Yeah, technically it's like
9-ish?
9.5.
9.5.
Yeah,
So for $3,000 more, you get a
getting-
better bike.
You're getting
It's
a
a
way
better
better
bike,
bike,
dude.
because I have zero electronics besides ABS. That's it.
Wait, that bike is 12? Sorry, this is just
12 and a
now.
half, bro.
12
Yeah.
and a
If you'd have
half.
read the article.
What?
If you read
wait,
the
first of
article.
all,
What did you think it was,
hold on.
bro? Like-
the R9. If the choice between the R9 and ZX6R, I'm getting the R9.
No, you're not, dude.
getting
you
on
have the
it.
experience. The ZX6R is what? Do you know how much the ZX6R is?
Oh, it's 12.
Isn't it 12.4?
It's like 12.
It's like
Yeah, I think it was
11
like 12 or 13 or something like that.
MSRP.
11.5.
No, that's without ABS.
ZX6R.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
the ABS
Yeah,
model
It's
is
yeah.
12.5.
It's
12.5
12.
ABS, yeah.
But it's a new bike.
Damn.
Too. R9's a new bike.
True.
Because there's a lot of people out there that are afraid of the 600 power. I mean, it's a legitimate concern.
Is it?
Man,
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
Not for you, Alex. Okay, we got to
Yeah.
think in terms of other people besides the Viking.
Smaller sons.
Yes,
And
talking
it
about
won't,
the Sarveshes of the
and it won't
world.
be as big for people like Leslie. It probably
R9?
won't be, yeah,
Oh, it's
it
gonna be
probably
tall. It's tall, dude.
yeah, but it won't be as big as a leader bike. It doesn't have the same displacement, so that to make as big of a frame.
Oh yeah,
So technically, it's going to be a smaller bike no matter what.
dude, it's gonna be a monster at the track. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know about y'all. I'm excited. It's sick. The price point is amazing. You get the big. I'm a huge fan of TFT. I don't know if y'all know.
Mm-hmm.
I love TFT dashes.
Oh yeah, me too. You
You
can
do,
actually
right?
see the.
Yours is like-
you can actually see things.
Yours looks like an old Game Boy.
Oh yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
R7. Like,
It
why
looks
didn't they
worse
give
than
it
that.
TFT?
I think Asteroids looks better in the arcade.
Yeah, full TFT. Probably better gas mileage than your R7.
Probably.
Right, probably a little bit bigger tank.
Mm-hmm.
It's just as light, if not, lighter than, say, I don't know, ZX6R maybe.
Yeah, but
Right. So ZX6R is pretty light.
yeah,
It is.
but when you think about actually, this leads to a great question of if it's trying to compete with people in the ZX6R area. You think people are going to try to start stunting that thing?
Absolutely.
You think people are going to
All
try to
that
start
torque.
stunting it?
I was
The R7 is
because I was
It's a good,
I was
like a
gonna
really
say,
good stunt bike. They said
If it's the MT-09 just with fairings, effectively,
sure.
what is the MT-09 known for? Wheelies and
yeah.
stunts. And a lot of
MT-07 or MT-09?
so the
Well,
MT-09.
both.
I mean,
Really? I didn't know
they're
that.
both like I've seen a lot of
People are
guys on.
stunting. Can you shut that freaking phone off?
That's what I was thinking. It's like this thing is a lot of power and it's less weight. So there you go. Less weight, power. Great for hunting. Great for wheelies. All those things. So,
Be interesting,
but
I don't know. Would you rather stunt on R9 or track it? That's the question.
I would rather track it. But
Yeah,
that's
if I bought
the
an R9,
That-
I'm gonna track that.
I mean, I don't know how to stunt. So
yeah.
do we think stunting is harder, or do we think tracking is harder?
That's a good question.
Dang.
Let's
okay,
go to the
hold
field
on.
with this.
Hold on. Listen, I don't want to trigger anyone,
You're a
but
ZX6 boy.
because first of all, no one here knows how to stunt. So,
Yeah, this is very true.
That is true.
dang.
Do we even have a hat in the ball? Shoe in the pocket?
It's like, what is your statement? A hat in the ball?
You want to try
A
again?
thought in the whiz? I don't know.
What?
You know what I mean?
A shoe in the game? Is
Yeah,
what
that.
you're-
Yes,
okay.
yeah, okay.
No,
Shoe in the
no,
Not in this
none of
group,
us.
right?
Yeah,
None of
no,
us.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, dude, do you guys see those MotoGP guys? They're literally dragging their shoulders across the ground.
I did that
That's
too, bro.
insane.
I did that
I've done
too,
that a few
bro.
times, bro.
That is
I've done
insane.
that a few
Like, I don't
times.
even know if you guys seen that the other video. I think his name was like he has a nickname on the track. It's like the ghillie suit guy where he drags his helmet across the ground. That's insane.
I forgot. That's an old video.
That's an old video, but
Yeah,
these
it's
stunt
got an
guys are
R6.
crazy
I mean, it still
too,
happens
though.
though. What's it called in GP? At least you can see them get stupid close to the ground.
Yeah, I know, but
They're
these-
they're
those stunt
checking for
guys too, though.
moisture and humidity on the track with their face.
It's
I think
insane.
both require an immense amount of skill.
Yeah.
Which one do I think is harder? Oh, God, I think balancing on one wheel is pretty difficult. That's just me, though. That's just me.
I think the big question to me is when you say harder, is it harder overall or is it harder to get into? Because I think it's harder to get into hunting, but it's because you can get on a track. You can go to a track day, you can get in C group, you can learn how to be on a track, and it's relatively easy. Now to stunt, it takes more cojones or whatever to just start doing it. And I think it's harder to learn because you're afraid of crashing. And you know you're going to crash and
also-
it's going to happen. So
and also the police, too.
Yeah, and the police. And so
Stopping you.
it's not necessarily a skill harder. It's a mentality, I think, harder to do it. Because I'll hop on a track without issue, but I'll only pull my wheel up a couple of inches and I'm like, I want to put that wheel back down, you know.
If I had a dedicated stunt bike, I would be down to wheeling.
And
action
that's
more.
also,
Yeah. But
you can take your normal bike, like we just said, the R9 can go right on the track and you can ride that
just
on the
fine.
street and all
Yeah.
that. So
I think I got to give it to stunning then. If that's the case,
I think that's kind of,
at first I thought they were kind of equal in a sense, but I think you're right. I think you make a good point. I think a lot more people, the barrier to entry of track riding
it's pretty
is a
low.
lot lower
Yeah.
than the barrier to entry of stunting because, like you said, it's the mentality.
I think that when it comes to being proficient, I think track riding may be more difficult because eventually you're going to run into the cap of where you are, like skill wise. Yeah. So it's like no one can, like, you have to either push yourself or challenge yourself or actually start racing. And that's when it starts getting extremely dangerous, not just in general, but overall.
There's definitely some scary things to track riding. Right, like coming into turn 1 at PIR, doing what 174 is what I got?
174 into a dead
Into a
halt.
dead.
Yes.
Like I'm in second gear. You're saying you're in first on my bike.
Yeah, on the like coming into that
RZ4.
turn. Yeah.
But what was your top speed on the straight?
Oh, top speed was 170.
Okay, so I'm a few miles
Yeah, you feel like you're
faster
going
than
light speed, and then you
yeah.
you have to know how to slow down,
And it-
drop gears, and then
insane.
dig in for a turn.
Yeah, and all you could see is a wall or a right turn. Which one are you gonna
and
go
then
for?
grass.
And I caught a guy going. He went for the wall, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, "What are you doing?"
You know what
The
you
turn
don't
over
do
here.
when you go there is you don't run the chicane.
Ooh,
But
that'll be for a future video.
that's a future video. That
Sal,
will tease
you
for
know who
the
we're talking
future
about.
video here.
We're
But
talking about you, Sal.
But yeah, that is, it does take a lot. It's a lot of skill to like, because I mean, I hit like 164 in that straight, and it's like, and I now need to be doing 40 all of a sudden. You're like, wait, this just doesn't comprehend, you know?
Like, I
You're like,
literally have
this
to
is
drop 120 plus miles in
you
3
do. You're just
seconds
like clunk,
and
clunk, clunk,
hope
clunk,
for
and
the
it's
best.
and it comes up so fast. And 160, it's just there.
So maybe to a track rider, they're like, "That is insane."
Like, and it could be. I just.
To me, that's not that insane.
It's not that
I like
insane
it.
because
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
'cause
like
we're
it's
used
safe.
to
Yeah,
it,
like
but
I never felt unsafe, but I feel more unsafe trying to pull power wheelies out there. And I'm telling you, this is the more scary.
But again,
way-
you don't have a stunt bike.
I don't have
if
a
you had a
stunt bike.
stunt bike, like say a
Yeah.
Grom with a
If you were
cage,
worried- if you weren't
you'd be
worried to
"All right,
drop
let's
it,
just
how
do
would
a
you feel?"
wheelie."
So here's a question for you: would you be wearing your tracksuit when you're trying to learn stunt riding?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I thought
What
you
do
would.
you mean? What
You
kind
have
of question
to.
is that?
You'd be
Yeah.
out there in your tracksuit
yes,
learning.
full suit, my guy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You're like, I drug knee, shoulder, elbow while stunting
I mean,
today.
last time you stunted, you said you
Yeah,
had a great
that was my
time.
very first crash, bro. It was my beautiful Yamaha R6. I was doing a first gear sit down wheelie, controlling it, and then next thing you know, it's like, and I was like, I tried to save the bike because I just bought this freaking helmet. It was a Shoei RF 1200, no 1100, and I was like, that was too short, bro. My feet were like this.
Flintstone in it.
So I threw the bike away and I tried to save my helmet, which didn't happen because I was wearing a t-shirt and jeans. Yeah, I got scuffed
Oh
up.
my.
Trying to save my helmet, and then eventually I was like, I couldn't save my helmet and drug it. Still use the helmet because I was broke. But for stunt versus track, I think they're equal.
Yeah.
There's equal challenges to both.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Track.
Track.
Just to
Stunt.
make people
Stunt.
upset.
Stunt.
Welcome back, Broods, to the second half of Brew
Not
Talk.
the second half. Wait, did you just say second half? No, it's still kind of like the first half. Yeah, our brood talks are getting
Okay.
long.
Welcome back to Brew
Episode
Talk.
4 is like hour and a half.
Hey, we got to be on Spotify or
We do.
Google
Yeah, we
Podcasts.
keep
I'm
saying
waiting for
this.
10 episodes.
We don't want to wait till 10. Just
We don't want to
start-
wait till 10?
Don't.
Okay.
Just start posting.
Anyways, welcome
I'm-
back
I'm
to
so
Brew
much
Talk.
better, yeah.
Okay,
Let's
fine.
get into
After 5
Washington.
then.
Into the
That sounds like a plan.
Washington.
Okay, hold on, dude. You gotta start over. I'm sorry. Include this.
this is the real us.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
literally,
100%.
literally.
I feel-
ADHD at its
I feel
finest.
really bad for him. He's like having to edit out all this crap here.
No, leave it.
Don't edit it.
Leave
just leave it.
Anyways,
Okay, go.
Yo, Washington, dude, you guys gotta get your. Sorry,
It's okay.
you guys gotta get your stuff together, man. I'm getting really sick and tired. No, I wouldn't say sick and tired, but it's embarrassing. It's
Wow.
it's
That's
embarrassing.
even worse.
No, okay.
Sick and
let's-
tired.
Sick and tired.
Embarrassed.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Yes.
Gee,
Okay.
thanks, Dad. I'm not
This
mad.
is-
I'm
okay.
disappointed.
He's like,
This
I'm
is-
disappointed in you. That's
Okay.
how.
This is the reason why I am disappointed. I know he said, I know Paul or Adobo, I know he said, let's not talk about all the other motorcycle communities, but I mean, this still goes with Washington. Anyways, he's hosted rides and group meets and all that stuff. I've done a couple. I am tired of seeing beat up motorcycles. I went to one California motorcycle meet. Nothing but nice bikes. Not one single clapped out bike. Not. I'm about to crash out. I'm about to crash out.
Is that the one that IMK threw? And then you said like he didn't wave to you or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm upset, but I still love you. Anyways, guys, you guys gotta stop getting clapped out bikes. It's
That's what you're mad about? The
yes.
clapped outness?
I'm so tired of it.
I actually have
I'm
an answer to
so
that.
tired of it.
I have an answer to that.
What is your answer? I'm still
Motorcycles
gonna
in
be upset.
Washington or in the Pacific Northwest in general are way more expensive than motorcycles in California.
Is it really?
Yeah.
1,000%.
Really?
Anywhere
Because it's
but
a
here.
normal mode
Anywhere.
of transportation in California, so
Yeah.
people
Oh,
actually
uh-huh.
buy
He had
them.
to-
for
Yeah,
he
that
had
makes
to-
sense.
in-
That makes
in- in
sense.
Oregon.
I got mine in Deep, Oregon, and I got a like $4,000 discount basically by driving for 5 hours.
Yeah. People out here
Yeah,
are
it's-
on something. Right?
they're asking
Basically
everything
$1,000
for
per
it.
hour off.
Wait, you said it's because of what?
it makes more sense. People actually use it as a valid mode of transportation because you can lane split.
Oh.
Versus
And
out
it's
here, we
warmer,
can't really
yeah.
lane split.
Yeah.
It feels like extra. It feels extra. It's not necessary.
Okay.
Well,
So-
They also have a plethora
yeah.
of inventory in
Yes.
California.
And
Yes.
part of it is
Yeah.
it leads back to the fact that you can lane split over there. Of course, I'm going to buy a bike if that means I don't have to fight traffic.
Yeah, if you don't
we
fight
flew
LA
through
traffic.
so many hours worth of traffic
You're
in
not
between
wrong.
cars, bro.
Yes, we did. If you've never lane split in LA, it is the best thing in the world. I think it's a must if you ride motorcycles in California.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's a must in general.
Yeah, and I think that's what Nate said. It's part of the reason.
Yeah. Why
There's
the
just-
bikes aren't nearly as clapped out.
There's
It's
just
it's
so
like
many.
having a car. Like, do you really want a clapped out car?
For lane splitting.
I wouldn't trust my
commuting?
life with a clapped out bike.
Just stop
Honestly.
buying clapped out bikes, man.
Dude, their bikes are expensive up
They're
here,
so-
dude.
No,
Yeah, they're so expensive
listen,
up here.
Listen.
When there's a deal, somebody swoops it up. And
Okay,
it's probably
no, so
me.
no. Here's the thing.
Probably
No,
you.
listen,
You're
listen.
not wrong.
Here's the thing. That $3,000 or that $2,000 that you're about to spend on that clapped out R3 or R4700, whatever you buy, just put another $3,000 away and just buy something just a little bit better. Like when we hosted that meet, dude, there was like 5 bikes that had no fairings. Where are your fairings?
They are
Why
all-
are you out here? That
Are
don't
they
make no
stunt bikes
sense.
though?
People
But
are-
they
They were
could
not.
be.
Are they
Okay.
kids? Are they kids?
No, some of them were grown men.
It's because they want to
Maybe
see
it's their
you,
first
dog.
bike.
No,
They care
no.
about you.
Yeah, they were there for
No.
the storm.
For
They brought the baby oil.
Okay,
Or-
listen. I was also about to say, if you show up to the meet and you got a clapped out bike, you better have some baby oil. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Anyways,
that's your beef. Is just them being
dude,
clapped.
I'm so sick and tired of
Really?
it. I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of it.
But without clapped out bikes, we probably wouldn't all met each other in some way because it helps us distinguish.
No.
It helps us distinguish
Oh,
whose bike we want to be around. The more clapped out, we're like,
man.
this guy might be a little crazy.
Oh, okay, so when I met Alex, he had a clapped out CF moto,
It's true.
and that was the first. I think it was one of the first things you said to me.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this thing's a piece of crap. I know it's a
Did,
piece
did
of
it
crap.
have fairings?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not.
Well, it was a
clapped out.
naked bike,
I was like, yeah.
so technically,
There's
no.
like 3 pieces of plastic on that entire bike. It was great.
I'm not gonna lie. I was judging when I saw it.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. Oh no, I was like, it
I was
wasn't.
like, eh.
Yeah.
And then I started riding with you, and I was like, I don't even know how we started riding together.
It was.
Like, what was our first ride together? Y'all remember?
Well, technically,
I
it was
know
us
that-
leaving Point
Rustin.
Rustin and trying to go out.
Yeah. That was
But-
how me and Alex met each other.
Yeah.
And then you happened to be leaving because that was how we met. It was when I first got the R7.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, "Yo, I want to ride that."
Yeah, that's right.
yeah. So it was interesting because I had seen your videos and I was like, "Oh, that's super cool." And then I realized I'm like,
Before you came to Washington, or
No, after I came.
Oh.
And then it was really funny because I saw like where like the area you would like typically like ride, and I was like, I know that road. I was like, that road is the same road that I ride almost every day. I was like, wait a second. And then I happened to meet Alex that same day that I met you because we were going on a ride. And they're like, oh yeah, Dobamoto's over there. And then I was like, oh, sick. I'll go over and say hi. And I remember walking up, I was like, damn, he is short. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have guessed it. But no, it was funny because then you're like, oh, like, what bike do you have? And I was like, oh, I have the 2024 R7. You're like, what? And I was like, yeah. I was like, you want to look at it? He's like, yeah, I'll meet you over there. And then you brought the loud ass RSV4 over there. I was like, holy shit, this thing is loud.
tippy toeing.
Yeah. That was so funny. And that was how I ended up meeting you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Where did you first see my videos? TikTok, Instagram,
Oh,
YouTube?
YouTube.
YouTube,
Yeah,
not
YouTube.
YouTube Shorts.
Probably shorts.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because I think at that point in time, my wife had gotten her bike, so you had a bunch of stuff that was on maintenance. And I was like, oh, sick. I'll just look at a short real quick. Probably help me answer a question, because at that point I had no clue what was going on.
That's sick, man.
So it helped me figure out at least now it's like what to do. But now I can just bother you.
Yeah.
I feel like I broke it. What do I do?
It's so weird because I remember, because we're just talking about maintenance. I don't want to get off topic, but I remember when we were at the track and Gary couldn't get his dad's jigsaw started.
Oh yeah.
And then Gary's dad just looked at him with disappointment. And then I really wanted to step in because I knew why it wasn't starting, but I didn't want to do that to like the father and son until like Gary looked frustrated. I think they were arguing or something. I was like, give me that fucking bike. Let's put it in gear. Sometimes you just got to move the gears in the transmission.
Yeah.
Or the little gear in the starter, right? It's an old school trick.
Oh yeah, didn't you like roll it forward? And
Yeah,
backwards?
I just put it in gear and then move the wheel. That'll move the little gear inside the starter, and then you'll be able to start it.
Yeah.
Sometimes that little starter just seems a little.
because it doesn't have the prawl on it.
Right.
Because that has to pull out that starter gear prawl.
Exactly.
If you spin it,
Yeah, and then it started right up.
Because the hopping on cars too. If you're like sitting on a hill and you're going backwards, you'll have the same issue if you don't say your parking brakes. So
Yep.
But yeah, that was how what I knew you for was maintenance and entertainment, and then now I know you, and you're just the homie.
That's what's up, man.
You're the entertaining homie that can be obnoxious at times.
Alex, you mean?
I think that falls on the both of you. You guys both have that job, and you guys do a great job.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh. What about you?
Alex?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
what's
you're
going on?
gonna forget my name over here?
Yeah.
What about you, white guy?
Wow.
No. I'm just. It's just
How-
so funny that both of you guys take the obnoxious.
Oh yeah, we
job.
absolutely.
definitely do. So when I first saw you was many years, probably 2.5 years ago.
Oh,
it was
shit.
all on Sauron content.
Oh, shit.
I was like, oh cool, because like I'm like I was thinking about buying a Sauron. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna do my research, watch YouTube. Come to find out, I was like, oh, he's in the Pacific Northwest. Like I just watched half a video. I'm like, I know that street and that street. Like I know all of the things. I was like, I know you're not allowed to ride there. Or oh wait, shit.
Alex
so
is our
Sauron's allowed to
navigator.
ride anywhere.
Yeah, Alex is our navigator. If you're wondering, he knows this place like the
Oh,
back
Back
of
of his
his
foot.
hand.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hand?
Back of his
Hand.
foot.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You and these body parts,
yo, foot, hand,
Oh
back,
my
hole.
God.
Yeah.
I know.
It's
But yeah,
it's
so I started doing that. I watched a bunch of your content, and then you kind of stopped doing it. I kind of stopped watching for a second, and then I went and got my bike last year. And then I was like, cool. Like I knew you started doing bike content and more, and so I started watching it more. And then I saw you down at Point Boston a few times, and then when I started to actually meet you, was the same time with Nate. There.
No,
It's like-
I see. You forget. It's your ADHD. I remember.
There
the
was
first
one
time I
other
met
time.
you.
No, I had met you before, but
Yeah.
like right about the time with Nate is when we started actually riding.
Yeah.
Right. But do
Yeah.
you remember the first time we met? I was unloading my Sauron. And I wasn't doing Sauron content.
You were, yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
oh dang, you still have it, yeah.
Yeah,
you're
and that's
right.
when I first saw it, and then I got off the truck, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Because I was in the truck. You look like normal height, but I was in the truck.
Yeah.
Got off the truck. I'm like, "Oh my
You're like, so you should unload this for me.
yeah!" That's so cool, man.
Yeah, so-
That's awesome. I didn't know. That's true because I found out you had a Sauron. I was like, "We gotta ride
I know,
Sauron."
we're gonna ride soon. Yeah,
That was awesome. And then we took Nate on a ride on,
Yeah, we
on
did.
Saurons, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was
That
fun
was
as hell.
fun.
It was
That was a
fun.
bunch of fun. We were just ripping around downtown Tacoma.
Rules
Yeah.
do not apply on Sauron.
Oh yeah,
no.
He's like,
it's
no,
a bicycle.
no, they don't.
It's a bicycle, man.
All right, Sarvesh.
I remember before I even met Paul, what was it, or Nobumoto, I saw, it was a YouTube short, was the first thing I ever, like, when I first knew about you. It was when you went to, I think it was a car meet down at the Trader Joe's near in Kent.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's this one dude I knew that I went to high school with, and I saw he had a Subaru, and he started roasting the shit out of him for his build.
In typical Paul fashion.
Yeah. Starts calling him out and everything.
Yeah.
And then that's when,
Oh
We're
my
having some technical
goodness.
difficulties.
Stop
so
touching the
strong.
mic, my God.
Stop hitting the
bro.
gym,
man.
bro.
Stop
hitting the gym.
Oh my God,
He's a
dude.
gooner.
So
Hey,
strong.
the bicep.
Pour it
Yeah,
straight out of the socket.
Holy cow. Yeah, I remember it was Waldo, right? Where's Waldo?
I think it was.
Yeah.
And
it
then
was Indian Waldo, though. Yeah.
And then it was what is it? And then once I saw that, I saw you started posting, like, you had bike content on your
Yeah.
thing, and I started learning from you,
Cool.
like gear and stuff, like what to get.
Yeah.
And then it was you and Ray. You guys
Yeah.
held a
little
bike.
meetup.
I don't know where it was. It was at
It was
Tequila.
a bamboo. So it was
Was
bamboo to Tequila. And
Yeah.
then Tequila to Alki.
Yeah, it was. I pulled up at. I wasn't there for the first ride. I
Right.
came for the second ride, and then I came on my Ninja 300, and then you were like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
I remember the first things he was like, "Is it a Ninja 300?" Someone else said it was a Ninja 500. He's like, "Ew, even worse." and then, and then it was you asked how old I was.
Yeah.
And then that's how
17.
yeah.
I was like, holy shit, dude. And I was like, I smell curry, bro.
Yep.
Are you Indian or some shit, bro?
Yep.
That's cool, man. And you never left.
Yep.
Oh, that's dope.
And now he's my father.
Yeah.
My,
Welcome, son. Your mom's not Mexican, just so you know. She's Indian. The dot kind. The dot.
you always record.
We're gonna get canceled. I'm gonna get canceled. I can't get canceled, bro. That would have been canceled by now, right?
There's always time. There's always time. There's always time.
This internet said, "Watch this. Hold my beer."
This is all my beer.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think I'm the only one that can get canceled.
No, we're not gonna let anybody cancel you, bro. You're ours.
You're the crown jewel.
You're the
You're the crown
TWG.
jewel.
You're
bro.
like, you say all the dumb shit. I'm like, I know. It's why we're friends. You're like, what? What? You said what?
I love Alex, man. Me and Alex just feed off each other's bullshit.
I was like, there's group chats we have, and you're like, he said what?
People don't understand us. People
No, they
don't
don't.
understand us.
No.
What about you, good sir?
Oh, I stalked him.
You really did.
Yeah. Yeah.
You really did.
Yeah. No. Okay. So I mean, I would say
I appreciate your honesty.
I think the first video I
good
saw was I think it had to do with like chain cleaning. And this is when I had my Gixxer 750, and you were doing all the Gixxer jokes. This is when like you were like going full force fucking Gixxer hate.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Did
yeah.
you have a Gixxer at that time?
No.
No. Okay.
But people didn't know I owned many Gixxers, and it's like one of my favorite motorcycles ever.
Oh yeah. No.
And I was like, man, I can't wait to meet this guy. Because then he's see my Gixxer, and he's not gonna say anything about it because it was so clean. Dude, I was taking so much care of it. Dude, I was taking so much care of it. I was like, dude, I can't wait to.
pre-crash.
Yeah, it's pre-crash.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I can't wait to see him. He's not gonna say anything. And I told myself, I was like, if he doesn't say anything, I'm putting this on the internet because no one can say anything about my bike. I don't care. Yeah, and then crash happened, and then I seen you at Ruston the first time.
Yeah,
and I
you
didn't say anything. But then it's funny because when
somebody tagged me in a video.
So when I seen you,
and then it was him.
when I seen you, I actually called my fiance and I was
waved
like,
at you.
Yeah.
I was like,
I called my fiance and I'm like, yo, Adobo's here. Should I say hi? And she's like, yeah, go say hi. I'm like, no, I'm nervous. I don't want to.
He's like, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, no. So I didn't. And then when he left, I'm like, okay, next time, but I'm gonna just use this as like an opportunity to like kind of get his attention. I'm gonna get some views off of this. Sorry. But, yes, I posted it, and then you reposted or commented, and I was like, "Let's go, dude!" I was so excited, dude. I was like, I showed my fiance, I was showing my brother, my sister. I was like, "Yo, look who just liked my stuff." And then I seen you again at Ruston.
You didn't say anything.
No, I did.
did you?
I
Oh,
did.
you did?
That was the
That
Black
was
and
like
Pinot. That was the Black and Pinot.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
And,
So, all right, I'm gonna stop you there because I want to tell you about how I even saw that video. I think it was my wife or somebody was like, "Yo, look at this," and I was like, "What the hell? That was me." I was like, I waved at that dude.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
"What the?" So I was like, "Yeah, I'll repost it." I was like, "Next time," I think I put it on there. I was like, "Next time,
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
up, dude?"
Yeah. No, I think you said, dude. I think you were like, "Yo, don't be weird," or something like that. I was like, "Dang,
That
that
actually
was
makes
kind of
more
weird,
sense.
huh?" Yeah. No, and then and
You
then
acted like you're just nonchalant, but in the video, you're like, "Oh my god,
dude, I gotta be cool about it. What the
He's
heck?
fangirling hard.
Dude.
Yeah.
He's fangirling real
Listen,
hard.
you are Adobo Moto. You know how many people message me and they're like, "Hey, what's it like hanging out with Adobo Moto?"
I even get that question.
Yeah, I'm like, he's just like one of the homies. He's
Not, people
cool
don't
as
hit me
hell.
up,
Like,
but if
yeah.
they see me, they're like, "Oh, you ride with Adobo," and I'm like, "Yeah."
that's cool, man."
Yeah, but
Who?
yeah, and then I see then I seen you the second time, and it was just pause, but it was like fireworks. You know, I was like, "Yo, this is Adobo Moto."
Yeah.
It was like fireworks, huh?
When you took that helmet off, bro, I was like, "This is one weird, goofy looking mother."
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
Yeah, because I think you had longer hair than
It was
this.
way longer. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
It was
looked-
way longer.
I was like, I can't make this guy out. Is he black or what is he, bro? And then you told me you're half Filipino. I was
Yeah.
like, I see it. I see it. You're my
Yeah.
people.
And I think we went. Did we ride that day too? I think we went across
Maybe.
the bridge.
Yeah, I think we did like a.
I think
we
so,
did
yeah,
something.
yeah.
That
Dash
was
point
when you
run
let me
probably.
borrow the 7 or let me ride the 750 and you took the ZX6
yeah.
and I came here and then you
yes,
rode there.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just. I think once I like click with people, it's just like, yeah, we could be fucking homies. Especially if you follow my stuff, and then you understand it and you get it and you're not like offended.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, we're gonna be friends for a long time. When I first met Alex, I'm like, I could hang out with this tall white dude.
You're
I
like,
could
his
see us
bike
having
is
a
crap,
beer.
but
Yeah, his bike is crap. But I was like, a part of that too was like, Alex, if you start riding with us, eventually you're gonna get a faster bike. There's no freaking
I know.
way, dude.
You're like, here, get on my RSV4, get on anything faster.
I think that's why I do it.
You're
so
just
to
like, go,
encourage you
go,
guys.
go.
Yeah, yeah. Because look
Yeah.
at Nick now,
I know.
ZX10.
DX10.
Look at you,
I know.
S1000.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Wait, what did Nick
this
have
guy's
before?
about to upgrade into something.
Yeah,
what do you have?
something
650?
higher power.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
After going 170 on the track, it feels real nice. And I
It
kind of want an
doesn't
RSV4.
Oh,
I met you the same time I met Abel.
Oh,
He came
yeah.
to that meet.
Wait, you want to know something really quick too? When I was watching your videos, it was making me so mad that everyone was meeting you besides me. It was making me so irritated because I seen a video where you met him,
Yeah, I met him
and then
before you
him,
did.
and then him. I'm like,
Yeah. I met him
I
before
go
you
to
did.
Reston all the time. I'm there all the time. How come I don't see
When
this
you
guy?
started that series, I started going there more often.
Yeah.
Damn, I should have kept going.
Yeah. No, because you just met me that second time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
so
Yeah.
what we're
So I was
seeing
like,
is you're
okay,
a
this is the
bad
series. I'm gonna start
stalker.
going there to see- yeah, I did, and I was
You're a
like,
bad
Yeah.
stalker.
Yeah,
If you're
because I
like,
actually wanted to meet him now. I was like, oh, this kid's funny.
And it was
I wonder
winter
what he
time
looks
too.
like.
So
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I thought
That-
you were full on black. I didn't know you were Filipino. That's
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
I claim my Filipino side.
No, you got to claim both, man.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah,
so
you
what
gotta
you
Sorry,
didn't
hello,
know
black
is you
people.
always had to go at Tuesday about noon to about 2. Paul was going to be down there.
Listen,
Alex has
it was
seen every
here.
single
It was
video. He
here. I
knows
had
my
it down.
pattern.
I was just like, okay, so we go to the cafe because I know he's there. He's probably there on a Tuesday because I happen to see him on a Tuesday. Cool,
Yeah.
okay. Creature
So-
of habit over here. And it's like,
Okay, I want to say something. When I first met Alex, I noticed the stutter right away, and it took me forever. 'cause I was
stutter?
like,
Oh, I
I'm
think I
gonna-
told you. I think I was the one that told you that.
Yeah,
I was like,
like,
Alex just has a stutter.
If Alex is gonna hang out with me, he's gonna get clowned on for his.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no way I'm not gonna do it. My wife's like, you can't do it. I'm like,
I'm doing
I'm gonna do
I'm gonna do
it.
it.
You're gonna do it. And I finally did it. It was, you know what it was when we ate pho by Bamboo.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
you were.
And then we were talking about my kidney stone.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I was like, yeah, dude. Whenever I take C4, I start stuttering like Alex.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that.
And that's I think that was the day I knew we were gonna be good friends because you started cracking up.
I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's what makes us such a great group of homies is we can give shit and we can take shit.
For sure.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love you guys. It's cool.
I love you too.
We form our good, like at least excluding Abel and Nick because they're not here, but we make a pretty good Power Ranger set, bro.
we really do.
Can I be the White
we
Ranger?
specifically want to exclude them too, right? We're trying to exclude Abel and Nick.
No,
Is
no,
that- is
no,
that
no,
what
no,
you said?
no. I'm
Yeah.
saying because they're not here.
Oh, no, no, no.
Oh, you mean Nick only?
No, but we make a pretty cool set of Power Rangers, though.
We do, man. It's a fun group, man. We're the broods.
the Bruce?
We're the freaking broods, dude. Like we need to add these guys more. What's that?
The Brood Rangers.
Holy.
The Brood Rangers.
Oh my god.
It's brood time.
It's
No, that's cool, man. I think next season we need to get these two out on more rides.
Yeah.
I know he works all the time. You're going to school too, so I get it. You're busy.
I think Sarvesh
You're
just.
just lazy.
Yeah.
just like,
You know what it is? I think he just thinks that motorcycles is therapy.
No.
Oh,
I think he thinks that riding motorcycles is
no,
therapy.
God.
Nah.
Motorcycles.
dirty.
He just wants to keep his bike as clean as possible
Nah,
for as
he's
long
not
as
He doesn't
possible.
have good directions, and
Listen,
he only
I
knows how
just-
to get to Alki and
I
Ruston.
just went to downtown Seattle the other day. Okay.
That's
Was it
basically Alki.
therapeutic?
No, it was not therapeutic because, like you just said, motorcycles is not therapy.
What do you
It's
think?
not.
Do you think motorcycles is a form of therapy?
No. If you need therapy, get a therapist.
Yeah,
It's that simple.
I agree.
Don't get a bike for therapy. It's not. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't think. So a lot of people are like, oh, I need to get on my bike because I need to release some tension, or I'm just having a bad day. I'm gonna get on the bike because that always makes me feel better. I'm like, you shouldn't get on a bike if you're not feeling
Yeah.
that good. There's an incident in Ruston that happened. It was a young kid. Somebody had commented on my YouTube, and I saw your comment. And I apologize if I didn't reply. I just didn't feel comfortable, going and doing a group ride with somebody I didn't know. I didn't know this person. How did you run into this roundabout
Yeah.
head on and lose your life?
I think he was going triple digits.
triple digits.
Wait,
is what I
at
heard.
Rustin?
Arrested.
Yeah, you know that little patch? That's like, you'll see it.
It's painted. Next
Yeah.
time you go, you'll see it when you're
it's a brand new
go
piece of
straight
cement.
and look at the roundabout.
It's a brand new piece of cement. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, lost his life there. And I think, that I don't have any. My only theory is that wasn't an accident. That's my only theory.
Especially if you know Rustin.
Thanks.
If you know that area, you know there's no shot.
They just changed it to like 30 miles an hour because it was 25 was too slow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the speed limit was.
We know, Alex.
Alex
I
just
know
thinks
you
that
know.
speed
I was
limits are suggestions.
Speed limits are suggestions. That's the,
I mean, and depending on the area, yes, Alex.
Hey, I now have my S1K. I set the cruise control when I do Rustin and set it at like 35.
That's
and
good.
I try to go there safely. Just don't have my hands on the bars tends to be the case.
Good.
You know.
But no, if you're not
Yeah.
in the right mindset or you're not in the right state of mind, I don't think you should ever throw a leg over a motorcycle.
Yeah, definitely not.
All right, you could road rage, you could
Anything.
rage other ways, you could really get hurt or hurt somebody else. I mean, very unlikely, but you can get very hurt if like you're mad at somebody, you're angry, or you're depressed. Don't get on a bike. It's not worth it. Just
It doesn't help me de-stress. I mean, the way we be ripping up canyons, that is stressful. Well, because I'm on an R7 and the rest of y'all are on leader bikes, so I'm out here like semi-trying to keep up.
That's true.
I have to use skill. I can't just rely on a twist of a throttle
Yeah.
to keep up.
Yeah.
So
When I'm stressed out before a ride, I'm just like I don't ride. I just take a breath.
yeah. I don't get on the bike if I'm stressed. I allow myself to be stressed while I'm on the bike, but I think that's a healthy response to the situation that I'm in, which is like just riding. You should kind of be on some form of alert. Maybe not super high alert, but you should definitely be at least aware of your surroundings. But I feel like if your judgment is clouded by your emotions, it's going to make it so much harder to be on alert like you should.
Yeah.
You're just not in the right mindset. Like for me, like for example, me and my fiance, we had an agreement that like if we get into an argument, I can't get on the bike like right after the argument.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Majority, because in the beginning it was like, hey, you're pissing me off, I'm about to go ride. But then thinking about it, it's like if I get on this bike, I'm not gonna make not one single good decision on that bike if I'm gonna be upset. So we made an agreement. If we get into an argument, don't even think about touching the keys.
So did
You
you
can walk
did
down
you
the
get an
block.
argument? Did you get an argument that one time you were riding from Al Qaeda home?
Yeah,
I don't think that was a smart decision either, bro.
No,
Yeah.
definitely wasn't.
But you're in the
Yeah.
right mindset.
Yeah, at best, you could walk down the block.
Right, exactly.
Or
Walk
push
it down
it.
the block. Yeah, you can push it down the block.
I love that though. That's a great.
Yeah.
That's a great rule. That is a great rule, and you
Honestly.
stick by it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, okay, there are a couple of times where I'm like, yo, you're pissing me off. I'm about to go ride, and she'll be like, shut up. I'm like, you're right. You're right. I'll be quiet. Yeah, but don't get on a bike if you're not here all the way. That's my thing.
It's very important to have a clear mind while riding, though, because I mean, yes, although you could be doing everything correct, it's still other people that could do something last minute, and if you don't have a clear mind, if you have clouded judgment, you aren't paying attention to it, and something could go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, have you guys ever done therapy? You ever been to a therapist?
I did it in high school. I should.
did?
Sorry, family
You
friendly.
haven't.
Trash.
Why not?
Why didn't I not like it?
I mean, why haven't you ever seen a therapist? I feel like everybody could use a little bit of therapy.
No, so I did do it in high school, but then I stopped doing it because I don't know. I don't know. It's just not
Why
for
haven't
me.
you done it? You just don't think. Do you believe in therapy?
Yeah.
You
I
do?
mean, that's part of what my wife's job is.
Your wife's just so cool. Like you're like, nah. I don't
No,
need
that's not even. I
When
know
your
I
wife
should.
is a
I know I
therapist.
She doesn't
I know I
stress
should
me
do
out.
it. Like,
You should?
like-
Okay.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's just more or less making the time to figure out like what my options are.
Oh, the time, like
Like-
going.
Yeah, like figuring out like when I can go, like who I can go to, because of
Okay.
course, like Army benefits make things weird.
True.
It's not like I can just go anywhere and have coverage.
Sure.
Not like normal Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Sure.
So that's like a bigger part of it. But I know for sure I intend to go, which is more or less getting that part of like coverage figured out.
You guys against it?
I'm not against it.
Would you guys go?
Yeah. I mean, if I had more time, probably.
Do you think like if there was an app that was easy to like just talk to somebody like that's not your friend, would you do it?
Probably, actually.
Yeah. What if you just pull out your phone and be like, I need to talk to somebody?
Probably.
Yeah. I think that's one of the hardest things for people is just talking to somebody in person, which brings up the sponsor of today's video. BetterHelp.
So one of the most common threads that I hear a lot is when people talk about motorcycles as therapy. And personally, it's something that I completely disagree with. Yes, motorcycles can be therapeutic, but I disagree that motorcycles are therapy. For some of you longtime followers, you may know this story, but I used to be a compulsive gambler. It was a really bad time in my life, and I know I couldn't have gotten through that experience simply by riding my motorcycle. I struggled with gambling for a few years. It was kind of an on and off thing, but it wasn't until I started seeing an actual therapist that I started to see some improvement. My first therapist was kind of softer, and yes, talking to somebody about my problems did help, but it wasn't until I changed therapists that I finally figured it out. I'll never forget what this guy said. I came in there complaining about the same problems over and over, and one day he told me, it doesn't seem like you want my help, man. I don't want to see you in my office again until you're actually ready to receive my help. And that moment was like a light switch for me. I started to get my life on track ever since he told me that. Now, I was fortunate enough to be able to go in and see somebody. It did take me a little while to actually go in there because I was kind of apprehensive, but that's where the app BetterHelp comes in. I personally used it myself just this week, and to be honest, it's really simple to use. You go in the app, you answer a few questions, things like how are you feeling? Is there anything specific you need help with? You can go as far as inputting exactly the type of therapist you want to talk to. Or if you have no preference, BetterHelp does a great job of matching you with somebody that they think might be able to help you talk through some of your issues. The next time you're feeling sad, depressed, angry, or just a little bit emotional, please do not get on a motorcycle. Try the BetterHelp app instead. It helped me this week, and who knows, it might help you. BetterHelp, thank you for sponsoring today's Brude Talk. Back to the video.
We're at the part of Brude Talk where we answer some questions, not just from TikTok, but also Instagram Live. I'm going to go ahead and start with the first one, which I think relates to me and Stormy Daniel. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Storm
6R. Favorite thing about making content? What is your favorite thing about making content?
Oh, I like making people laugh and smile. Yeah.
I mean, isn't that why we all do?
Well, okay. Let me get more into detail. I just like being creative. I like expressing myself through videos and just making content. Like a lot of people think that that like this is the real me, like when we're hanging out, but like on camera, like that's who I am behind doors, like when no one's around. Like, that's actually me. Yeah. That's why I like making content.
Say it again. On camera, that's who you really are?
Yeah. Does that make sense? Does that not make sense?
Usually it's the other way
very
around.
confused.
Usually it's
okay. So let's
I don't
because
either.
okay,
usually it's the other way around.
No, because a lot of people think that like I'm quiet and that I don't say anything, because that's what you guys all think is that I don't talk a lot.
Well, because you're always talking about how you're an introvert.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then
But
we always make fun of you because like, how are you a content
actually,
creator?
you know what it
Because
is? You know
because that's my thing. That's just what I go off of. That's
you know what
just
it
I
is?
say.
You know what it is? We wouldn't really know the real you because you don't hang out with us, bro.
Oh, he does that right.
The
Yeah,
only
try to
time we see this guy
is Wednesdays.
Wednesdays consistently.
We try to get him out and about, and he's
Yeah.
like, nah, I don't know, man.
He was like,
that's
It's
kind of
over
far.
25 miles of way. I can't do it. I can't do it, man.
and he's like, I could just drive to Brude Talk. I don't have to ride.
Well, I like making content just to make people laugh. There.
That's
How about that?
okay.
I mean, it
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same reason why I take
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah. Okay. So you're also a content creator. You
Yeah.
post pictures on
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah. But
You
it's
just like
more
making people laugh with your pictures.
No, it's more or less just capturing moments. Most people don't think to ever, like, of course you see something, you're like, oh, that's really cool. But it's like, I'm freezing that in time. That way you can look at that and remember that exact moment again and again and again, whenever you want, essentially. And that's one of the bigger things for me is like being able to save either a special moment or just a cool moment, like meaningful moments being frozen in time.
That's cool.
You know what, Nate? That doesn't make sense.
Hasn't made sense.
It made sense to me.
I'm just being
Did it make
petty.
sense to you, Alex?
I think it made sense.
It made a lot of sense.
I don't know.
It made a lot of sense.
I don't know if we can trust anything that Mr. 2.2 says. So.
He didn't raise his hand.
he didn't show up to class. I don't know.
Yeah, apparently. He's here, though. He made it to Brood Talk.
Oh, he's You're right.
Brood
You're
Talk,
right.
he'll be here.
Yeah.
You know who I think would be really great at content creation? Sarvesh. I've made videos with him in the past, and he loves to talk, and he has an interesting opinion, and he's cute. Like, girls love him.
You a cutie, bro.
Yeah, he's like the Indian Matthew Woods, bro.
Hold up, we'll get
He's the Indian
the
Matthew
hold up,
Woods.
we'll get the baby oil for you, bro. You know, Storm's got the baby oil.
Matthew
You're Mr. Baby Oil now.
Yeah, I love him. He when I did make videos with him, and he would talk in the camera, he would have a lot of valid opinions. It was interesting. That's why I was like, dude, you should motovlog. Like, if you were to motovlog, I'd totally watch. And I don't watch motovloggers.
Okay.
Yeah. Along with Alex, I think Alex would be a funny one, dude. I think that would be a funny one.
His ADHD is just crazy.
See, that's the part. I just have to start actually editing, which I think is the most difficult part about this whole thing. I have a mountain of content, right? I have probably
mountain of media.
I want to say about 3 terabytes of video sitting ready. Like, there's adventures for last 6 months.
You
6
do
months.
too.
No, I don't have nearly as much.
You don't have a camera all the time?
I do, but
I
I
don't
don't
all
always
the time, but I
record.
record a lot of stuff, and it's
He
not-
records a lot of stuff.
I wrote
like,
a lot of
sometimes
stuff.
I'm
And it's
just
just
like,
random
this
stuff,
is not
too.
eventful enough for me
Yeah.
to have this on. Now I have to go through and get rid of old
But,
crap
yeah.
when I want to record something because my SD card's full because I've been
Holy
recording the
cow.
entire time.
Okay, so what are you going to edit on? Final Cut?
I don't know what I'm gonna edit on.
Final Cut.
Probably Final Cut's what I'm thinking.
easiest.
Yeah, but yeah, like I've recorded all sorts of stuff. It's not just Mahoto vlogging. Like, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm really good at throwing stuff up on my story. Horrible at
true.
posts.
Yeah, that is
Horrible at posts.
That's true.
But I throw all sorts of shit, and that's what I record a lot of too.
Stories?
So just like sort of
Random stuff?
my stuff throughout the day, wherever I'm going, I'm doing like shows. It doesn't matter.
That's cool.
So
man.
I do a
You just
lot
put on
of
your
that.
stories.
I just throw in my stories, which I know is not where you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do it on reels and posts. And do I do that? No.
Is it just the whole process of making a reel?
I think it's just more process. I can take a photo quickly, take some few things, and hit a story like that.
It's harder to jump into at least the thing that I'm running into is, of course, anyone can make anything, but in order to keep attention, you have to make it good. And not that it has to be perfect, not saying it needs to be a perfectly polished rock, but if it looks meh, people are not going to stay long enough to see what you either have to say or what you're going to do. So it's like, that's one of the harder things, like editing, like you said, to make it something that people would want to watch, whether that just be quality wise or content wise. You're like, damn it. Like, of course anyone can throw something in there, but if you're starting from square one, people aren't going to stay long enough if it's not interesting to some extent or look great. Because if you ever think about it, if a video looks great, you're like, you know what, I'll stick around and see what's going on. But if it looks crappy, you're like, what am I doing here?
So it has to be interesting.
Yeah.
If it's a crappy video,
Yep.
the idea has to be good.
Yep.
If the idea is not good, the video might as well be high quality.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think I agree with that. I also think it's interesting. Just like I watch a lot of YouTube, and I'll watch how they edit stuff, and you get such a variety. You get sometimes between 7-minute videos, 20-minute videos, 30 minutes. Like, I just watched a video today from a creator. It was like an hour and 10 minutes. I was engaged the entire time, just how it was edited. There was so much content in it, which was what's cool. But like it's different, and I think so from these creators, it's sometimes they are like hour long, sometimes they're 20 minutes long, sometimes it's just whatever they're like doing, which I see as like good content editing. Like an hour long video that hasn't been edited, it's basically just long clips. No one's gonna watch. But if you're like, hey, we did this and we did this, and then this is the track data. This is the first time I was on it. This is the second time.
Like your
and you
videos
don't
break
like
it up.
You break it up pretty well. Like,
Because like that over a course of an hour, it's probably like 4 or 5 days worth of things.
That's true.
I mean, because I have 3 terabytes of video. I'll probably edit out all but 200 gigs of it. So I mean, that's probably what that's going to be. So
I think that's one of the things that I learned is I used to tell stories in like one day. It's like, okay, here's exactly what happened from this to this. Now I'm just like kind of recording our adventures, and I'll record stories And like the Twisp thing, right? When with the Twisp, you guys weren't there.
Yeah.
But that is like a 2-month-old video that's been there. And I'm like, when am I going to release this? When is this video going to be good? I was like, oh, okay. So I decided to make a video about the S1000RR, it being a stock bike. I'm going to take it to the canyons, and then I'm going to take it to the track, and then see if I can tell a story from there. I think the story is definitely really, really important.
Yeah.
I think that's got to be, if not the most important, is the story.
Yeah.
And how captivating is your story
Exactly.
when it comes to long form YouTube.
Yeah.
And then short form is a little bit more of how interesting is this short form.
Yep.
And how likely am I to stick around after 3 seconds?
Exactly.
So it is kind of interesting in that sense. So that is one of my favorite parts, is telling a story on long form. And I'm still, at times, I'm like, I don't understand it. Right? I'm like, this is still really difficult. But there's other times where I'm like, oh, this story is really easy to tell.
It just happens that we're some interesting bunch of idiots.
Yeah. Yeah. Nick made a comment the other day, and he was like, I miss your vlogs. Like, just the regular vlogs. Like, not so whatever you're doing now. He's like, I just miss the vlogs. I'm like, you miss the vlogs. I miss the vlogs because I love making the vlogs. The problem is the vlogs, you know, I'm at a point where like the views matter to me.
And plus, the vlogs will come back in the winter when you're going racing every day.
I bought a hyper motard. Where do you take a Ducati? To the coffee shop, obviously.
See, no. This is the difference. You know what we're going to do this winter is we're going to ride.
Yes.
We're going to go places. We're going to do things. We're going to continue the content creation.
Part of the reason I bought the hyper motard.
Oh, I
love
know.
this.
Storm's over here like, oh, we're going to do this.
Bro, you gotta come with us.
Come on,
dude.
you
That's
have a
what
name
I'm
of
with.
Storm. You ride year round. It's
Come
rain.
on.
It's all these things.
Okay, listen.
You need to change your name to Sunshine, bro.
I will.
Sunshine.
No, I'll go.
You know,
I'll go.
mist, maybe.
You don't have to go. You don't have to go for very long.
Yeah.
It's
No,
not like
no,
I want to be
listen.
out all the time for a very long
No.
time. So at least I'll
No,
go. I'll
but-
come back with you.
No,
Oh, yeah, by
I
the
will.
way.
I
And we're
will
also
go
not
now
saying it has to be
because
We're
rain
all
rides.
getting heated gloves from Kemimoto, by the way.
Oh, sick.
perfect.
Yeah, so I need to know your sizes.
Large.
Cool. Well, I already own a set, so.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh, you're gonna get a second set.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Oh,
Large.
Or if you want a vest, you want a vest? Heated
The
vest?
vest would be good.
Heated jacket, maybe? Let me know what you would
Sounds
like.
like a plan.
Let me know what
but
you would
know,
like.
I
I'll
also
send you
don't need heated gloves anymore because you know what I have is a Bimmer with heated grips.
You got the older model of heated grips. They're probably not even that good.
That
They're-
mustache fits you well.
They are amazing. Wow.
Oh my god. But yeah, besides making a living out of content, I think that's also one of my favorite things. This is my dream job, dude.
Yeah, I know.
1,000%. I work more now than I did at any other job that I've ever had. But I love it.
But does it work? Like, yeah, you.
Are you really working if you
ask,
love it?
If you're, who you're asking? You asking my wife? Because she'll be like, "You're not working." No, it is.
I mean, yeah, no,
It's a lot of like. Okay, so in the morning, I'm checking my emails because I have agents, and they're like, "Hey, just checking to see when the Better Help video is going to come."
Well, funny that you say that because it's coming up.
today. And they're like, the Flexi Spot video. I'm like, oh yeah, that was last Brood Talk. Or, you know, a lot of that. It's a lot of back and forth with them, and then now I'm working with a casino. So it's been a lot of that too. Like, how can we, get more eyes on the casino and bring a younger demographic through a Domomoto? People are always asking me, when is KYT helmets going to be in stock? So that's kind of annoying because it's like, I know as much as you. I know as much as you. October, supposedly, right? But even then, before, they're like, oh, June, and there's like July, and then August. So my hands are tied at this point. A lot of the questions that you guys have for me in terms of like...
You'll know when we start showing up with all KYT, KX1s.
Exactly.
But until then...
Sorry, I have my showy over here.
Yeah, no, exactly. But yeah, I think that was the hardest part, was like, how am I going to feed my family?
That's pretty important, I'd say.
Yeah. I'd quit my job and like, how am I going to do this? And bringing on the agents, that was huge. That made the biggest difference because I used to motovlog or make videos every day, long form, and then like 2 days a week, and then now I'm down to like 1 day a week minus this. This was a great addition. It's actually very good. Like, I got Emilio here, comes and helps us film. And again, you ask Emilio, what's your dream job, bro?
God damn.
He doesn't have a mic, but
This, creating content. Yeah, that's what he told me.
yeah, no.
'Cause I just want to be behind the camera and doing camera shit and editing and stuff. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can make this grow and, you know, we can bring him on more. Maybe we can do more stuff together. But yeah, definitely just being able to do what you love, best part of content creation, bro.
I got a question for you. When did you bring on? So I guess this is just good for for everyone. When did you think about bringing on agents for yourself? Like, where in the
Yeah.
process, like around what subscriber amount, were you like, you know what, I think I should probably do this?
Yeah, so this
and
girl-
did you think you should have done it sooner?
Yeah, so they reached out to me once. I ignored the crap out of it because I didn't know who the heck they were. Right? And then, you know, the good salesman that she is kind of reached out again. She's like, hey, I'm just double checking, see if you got my last email. And then, you know, she name dropped.
I was like, hey,
company. Yeah.
I saw you ignored my first one, so I'm going to follow up with the second one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And tell you that I'm still waiting for a response.
Right. Yeah. Well, you get a lot of those as a content creator.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, she name dropped. I found her on LinkedIn. She was legit. Got on a call. She gave me her spiel for like 5 minutes. I was like, I'm going to stop you right there. I know exactly who you are. I know what you do. I'm in. That was it. And then I gave them the progressive deal as a B2B, like a sign of good faith. Right. I took on that progressive deal on my own, but I gave it to them as like, hey, I am interested in working with you guys. Here's 20% of this deal that's already closed, done. Right off the bat, right off the gate, and they get me deals all the time.
Nice.
And I love them. Like they're amazing. They're really great to work with. So it was about a year into the really big growth of a double moto
Okay.
when they reached out to me.
Gotcha.
I ignored them a couple months later. So yeah, it was about a year, but that year was like probably year 5
Okay.
for me.
And did you think that you should have done it sooner?
Yeah, but it's hard.
If you had the opportunity to go through them sooner?
Yeah, 1,000%. I would have done it at like 50,000 subscribers.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't have waited. I think that's because it takes the load off. I'm no longer reaching out to people.
Yeah.
They just send them to me, and then you know it's just I say yes or no. But I know if I say no, they don't eat. So I say yes to everything, guys, even Temu. Because my agents don't eat, and it's important that you know the people who are getting me who's getting me the bread, I got to take care of them.
We all eat out here.
We all fucking eat, yeah. Yeah. So I'm
Quite literally,
hoping
we got fed today.
I'm hoping Brood Talk like takes off, and you know we can make this a thing. And like I said, you guys need to. If you guys don't want to do content creation, that's all good and well. But it seems like you guys all want to, right?
Yeah, it's
I think so.
like I said,
Yeah.
either we gotta have good quality or good storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't be missing all the pieces.
Dude, imagine like I make a video about something that happened, and then you make a video, and it's a different perspective of what happened. Like what you did with the track day, right? You kind of made your own spin of. How did that video do for you? Not very good.
Yeah.
It would have done better if you
like-
actually touched knee.
True, huh? No, I think I was just way too focused on the track day, which is the reason why like I wanted to do the second one, because the second one I was gonna be more focused on content. And I was even telling you, I told you that too when we were at the track. I was like, I wanted to talk more, but I was just way too focused on writing.
That's the difficult thing about content creation, because you can just record. Anybody can just record, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like actually talking and thinking about what you're gonna say and thinking about how this fits into the story, that's the really difficult part.
And also just remembering to get things, like film things. Like we do, like between the two of you and your ADHD, I'm like, oh crap, I meant to actually catch that on either camera or video, and I'm like, it's whatever. But like making sure you're like actively thinking about creation while you're going through these experiences is the harder thing to do, because you're like, wait a second, I think this should have been on camera.
Yeah, absolutely. I still forget to record a lot of
Yeah, I
things.
think I try to get a lot done, but even on the last track day, I filmed maybe
30 seconds.
We were all
just a
tired,
little bit
dude.
here.
Gassed.
I was like, maybe a camera's gonna go on. Once we didn't have the second bike, I was like, we're swapping bikes between each other.
Yeah,
you know?
so
like
now it's
I was
difficult.
like, we have to like clip up a camera, get it on there, and then get on track, and you just like it just didn't like completely work for
Yeah,
know
especially
that.
because we couldn't have camera on
And
the
then
helmet,
like yeah, like
Yeah.
Uber bike school, same thing. I did get cameras on, but I'm gonna have to overdub audio or something for that content.
Yeah.
So I now have other solutions. We're actually using one of my solutions for this, but gonna work on stuff like that. But yeah, it's just things you have to think about. I try to record stuff. I do find that easier when I'm solo out there, way easier to do because I'm not writing with you guys necessarily, so I can think about it. I can stop. Like I'm not like I'm gonna check my camera or I'll do something else. But it also works with you guys. It's easier. I don't have to think at all.
Maybe that's how you can start. Just start making content where you're out on your own, so you can be like,
Oh, don't worry. I have
is
plenty
that
of
what
that already
Montana
too.
was like?
I have plenty of that. My Montana and Idaho trip, no one will ever see. The video and audio were both terrible. It's great.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I imagine it's hard for somebody like Sarvesh to create content because he's not only working but also going to school full time.
Yeah. I barely get time to even be out writing.
Yeah.
You know who also says stuff like that?
Storm.
Matthew Woods.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Oh my god, we're gonna go into him. Okay, yeah, he makes interesting content. Do I think it's? I don't know. It doesn't really help anybody.
It doesn't.
It
But
doesn't help me.
it's fun. It's entertaining.
Is it? Do you find this stuff entertaining?
I mean, at least new riders do.
No, do you?
Every once in a while. That's
What's
just because I'm of
Like
course
the gossipy stuff, or
no, because I'm getting older and I'm just like, it's just not like, can you convey your entire point all at once, bro? So like that's when I'm like, it's whatever. But like every once in a while, I'm like, I like to live in the world of false reality that isn't my world, you know. And that's what he provides. It's not a normal perspective.
Dude, the amount of times we've talked about him, I'm surprised he hasn't seen any of this.
maybe
I
he
don't
just
think
doesn't
he
have
has-
time. I don't
No,
know.
you
He
have
saw
time,
the
Matthew Woods.
video that I made about him was crash. I called him a moron.
Oh, really?
I think he agrees with
He
that.
commented
take.
on it.
Oh,
He's like, lesson learned. I'm like,
oh, my,
yeah, and then I'm just like,
oh my God.
if you get offended on the internet over a 90-second video, don't be on the internet. Yeah.
But
But I wasn't like, I don't think I was that harsh.
no, I mean, if you don't know you personally, those words might be a little bit of a stab, but it's like it's all truth. It's a truth knife that you're getting stabbed with. So don't be mad.
Yeah.
Like in all honesty, it's like, hey, exhibit number A of why you should wear your stuff. So,
Yeah, I was really annoyed. I'm just like, dude, I make these videos for a reason. So
remember-
you guys wear gear.
But remember, he's also a content creator, so he's setting his own example. But he also does say like, do as I say, not as I do. But
It's kind of, what? That's like the shoe and the hat.
what do you mean?
It makes no sense.
No, do as I
pants and
say,
underwear?
not as I do.
No, I know that saying, but that saying is like the shoe and the hat thing. Like that makes no sense when people tell me that. Like, do as I say, not as I do. Like, okay, then why are you?
Why are you doing it?
Yeah,
in the first place.
yeah, it's just annoying, bro. Anyway, enough about that guy.
Yeah. But our next question that we got was R9 or Gixxer 750.
750.
750, all day, every day. I haven't even been on the R9, but I've been on the 750, and I
750 all
love it.
day.
R9.
I'm gonna say R9.
I love the 750.
We haven't ridden it, so it's really hard to make that judgment now. But I'd still
750
say
has a higher top speed, guaranteed.
I'm not about
I don't really care about
I
the
know.
top
I
speed.
got 1,000 for that, right?
Yeah.
I got 1,000
The
for
thing
that. I
is
got 1,000
is
for
how it acts on track, and with the new mechanics of how that system will work. If it's anything better than what I'm working with currently with the R7, and it's more power,
be smoother and
I
better.
mean,
The 750's weight is so close to 1,000 cc that at that point I'd rather get 1,000.
Yeah.
I'd rather get a Gixxer 1,000 over a 750.
and the
The
price
R9 is different.
and the price is you might as well just buy a Gixxer Thou.
Yeah.
Like for what it's worth, like the same amount of money you're going to spend on the 750, you can definitely get 1,000.
I mess with the R9 hard, bro.
Yeah, no,
I
but
mess
we're
with the
talking about
hard.
R9 versus 750 though. Why you gotta bring out liters?
Because you have to when it comes to the
750,
Because
750.
the R9 doesn't make me want to get 1,000.
yeah,
The
like,
750 does.
yeah, the R9 is coming in as not
Is.
a leader bike.
Yeah.
You're
The
like
750 is like
oh.
so close to 1,000, you might as well get 1,000. The R9 is nowhere close to 1,000.
and we all know it.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
shooting
just
for the
this
stars.
like really fun bike with a ton of electronics, ton of bells and whistles, very street friendly, and then also like I say street friendly because it has cruise control. Not that I've ever used it on any motorcycle. That
It was
I've owned.
really nice in Cali. I'll tell you that
Was
much.
it? What would you use it on?
On the M1000, single R.
Bastard.
I
You
use my
guys rode
cruise
the
control.
M1000 more than me.
Yeah, because
I
you
use
stuck at the
cruise
XSR.
control all the time.
And the title
All
of
the
that video
time.
was BMW gave me $1,000.
It really gave us it.
I wrote it once and I didn't even film that part. Oh, I
No.
did film it. I didn't put it in
You
the
didn't put
video.
it in-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would say definitely R9 versus the 750 because at that point the 750 is just like a 600.
Yeah.
600 makes you want 1,000 because it's damn near.
It's even closer to 1,000.
Oh no, it is. It
Yeah.
is. But it's like it's that same type of effect where it's like, dude, these are so damn close.
Yeah, I'll just get 1,000.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing about people sleep on the 750, I think that's out the window when you think about how light a Gixxer 1000 is now,
Yeah.
right? It's like it's so freaking close. Might as well just get 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you messing around with the 750? Oh,
I
because I,
like the
didn't really want
750.
1,000. I'm like, nah.
It's like you did want one.
you
You just
did.
stopped short.
You just made a mistake and
Yeah.
bought the 750. Yeah.
But then we got another.
So next question. Thoughts on knee down?
No.
Which one?
New group or
Yeah, so
tips for new group
Oh,
riders.
tips for new group riders. Any tips?
We all have one.
Dude.
Sarvesh, we'll start with you.
For new group riders, let's see. Sure, thank you.
First
Pick
time
the
riding.
wrong-
First time
wrong
riding,
Dig
I will
deep.
say, don't be eager to join. Like, if you're a new rider, don't be eager to join big group rides. Like, for example, what I was eager when I first started was to go to the 2 Wheel Tuesdays at Cycle Gear. Big mistake. I would like pulling up into it. Everybody was pulling out of the parking lot. There's this dude that's just like gunning it right by me, and like in between. How do I say? You know the shoulder lane, doing that on a main road.
Wow.
And I would say just that kind of did scare me being a new rider. I was like, oh, okay. I kind of wanted to take a step back a little bit and then rode for myself a little bit, like alone, until I got more comfortable with my bike. And that's when I started going back onto group rides.
That's not a bad one. Makes sense. Alex?
I'd say my suggestion is go be the like very back of the group, or not the very back, but be in the back. You're safer back there. There's less shenanigans, and normally you can see things too. Like you can see what's happening in front of you. You can watch how people have taken corners. Obviously, ride your own ride. Same deal as you always say. But I think that's a good suggestion. Just be in the back, see how things are going, and if things go crazy and wild, leave. Like that's always the best. Like if you start seeing things and hey, someone's doing crazy passes on you, or they're doing stunts and you're not trying to do stunts, you can leave. Like you're on your own bike, go ride your own ride. But I think I find that I was kind of forced that on the CF. I was always in the back, but it was an easy way to see, okay, this is how this is going, understanding how the group is going, I think that was a good one.
That's cool.
Storm?
Shoot, don't go. But if you do, yeah, stay in the back. I definitely would not go in the front.
Wait, why don't
or-
go?
If you're a new rider, no, definitely. I mean,
So you're saying stay
yeah, I was
away
like-
from it?
like yeah,
yeah.
in my personal opinion, I think you should stay away from it only because like if you're new to riding, you're still like you're still like getting used to everything. Like just with how the bike handles, with how the bike brakes and accelerates, and how you handle stress. Like if you if you stress out too much when there's cars around, imagine going on a big group ride and like
Where
there's
there's other
bikes literally
bikes.
this close to you.
Yeah, true.
Like
We
you're
are
gonna
pretty
be
close.
stressed out like hell.
So
and
you're-
honestly, I think within like the first like 2 or 3 minutes of the group ride, you can easily tell how the ride is going to go.
True.
That is
yeah.
pretty
It
well.
does not take that
like,
long.
Within like at least
Maybe a few blocks. Honestly,
yeah, I'd say within like at least the first minute.
yeah,
Yeah.
You'll
You can
definitely,
definitely
be able to
get
tell.
a solid feel whether it's going to be like pure chaos or
Yeah.
if it's just going to be okay.
And you have to, and not only that, you also have to be like when you go on a group ride, it's almost like you kind of have to be okay with the chaos.
It's
in a
accepting
sense.
the risk.
It is.
You're essentially accepting the risk.
Yeah, it's like I know this could happen. Am I okay with that? And it's like, okay, if you're okay with that, then go. If you're not, then
Stay
you
away
probably should not be there.
True.
Okay.
So
So you're going to host a group ride here in a couple weeks.
That's true.
Would
Tell
you
them about
say
it.
that you're not going to have, you would say don't have it go if you're brand new?
October
I'm just
31st, he's hosting a group ride with his homie.
Yeah, I mean, well, so like our group rides, we try to tell everyone to ride safe. Never happens.
What happened the last
Never happens.
I was leaving from the group ride, and oh my god,
Yeah,
because
I know.
you went in a different direction.
Yeah.
I think I had to go
Because
home.
you
Yeah.
went home, but I of course had to pass through all of them. I'm like, jeez. I was
Yeah.
like, what is
Yeah.
going
Oh,
on? I was like,
yeah.
I just want to get over.
Dude, we were on the freeway for like 2 minutes, and a van sideswiped a girl.
Oh.
So, and that's the reason why I'm like,
I had to get
dude,
out
you
of
guys
there, I'm
probably
glad.
like, if you're a new rider, you probably just shouldn't.
I'm
probably
surprised
shouldn't
you
go.
even like had the courage to throw on another ride after that. It's been a while,
Yeah, I
like since
know.
your last one.
Yeah, well, because this one is like, it's more city riding, so there's not gonna be like I hope not gonna be like a ton of speeding or anything, and it's people in costumes. Like, are you really gonna go crazy in like a costume that's as thin as like paper?
People are unpredictable,
They're
dude.
very
Yeah.
unpredictable.
We'll see how that goes.
It's probably easier to speed.
I
'cause
will
you're lower
update
speed
you guys
limits.
on that. the
Alex
cape
is
gives
like,
you extra 20
kidding me?
horsepower.
Challenge accepted.
1,000. Come on. I was like, I can speed in all gears. First included.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe for me, my tip for a new group rider would be think on your own. Like, don't kind of have that hive mind. Just because you're with other people doesn't mean you have to do what they're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, learn how to think for yourself when you're on the bike, because it means a lot more to your life than just being with the group.
Definitely. It's
And I found that like early, it was just like, hey, like, of course they say ride your own ride, but that doesn't mean like of course you could ride your own ride and still put yourself in a crappy situation
Yeah.
that you saw coming. You could have said, you know what? Nah, I'm not about it. So like, that's a bigger thing, is like being able to like basically think for yourself when you're with a group.
Yeah. Yeah. And to piggyback off that, trust your instinct.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you know these dudes look like they're a rowdy group and you're not about that life, don't feel the need to go on the group ride. Because there's always a meetup right before the group ride. Right?
Yeah.
And if it looks like a rowdy group, or like, oh, damn, I heard this guy, da, da, da. If you're feeling that way, might be a good idea. Just be like, I'm not going to go on this one, guys.
We're going to exclude California because we had no choice but the lane split going.
Yeah. California was a different beast. Yeah. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I am. If I don't feel like riding with people, I'm not going to ride with them. That's just it. But I mean, these days, I ride with the same group all the time.
Yeah.
We all know how we ride.
Yeah.
Well, some of us are unpredictable, Nick.
You're one to talk. You're one to talk, Alex.
Hey, we need to figure out how we can bring Nick on the next Brood Talk. Nick needs to be able to defend himself.
Oh yeah.
That's even
better.
You can't
You
keep throwing shots at him and he can't respond on the video.
Exactly.
All right, Nick, we're gonna have to work something out.
We're gonna get you down here.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think that is plenty of questions.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's been a long night. I'm ready to call it a day.
We can't say one last thing. One
Yeah.
last thing for the new riders. Another easy way to tell how the group ride is gonna go: before you get off the bike, just do a circle around the bikes. If you see plates, you're good. Don't see plates. You might as well just go home. That's the easiest way to tell.
That's
honestly,
really,
that is a
really good
very
advice.
good
That is the
That's
last
a
one.
very
2.2 GPA student.
Dude, that is a really good
That is the
way.
last one.
That
Wow.
was amazing,
Yeah,
dude.
because
That's
Make
almost
a short about
3.0.
that. As a matter of fact, we'll make a
Yes.
short about that to
Yes.
promote Brood Talk. Wow.
There we go.
Yeah, no, that
We are
is
so
a
freaking proud of you,
great
bro.
point.
C plus.
So question. So here's a question. If you only see temp plates, what do you do?
Oh damn.
Run.
Those are new riders.
Yeah.
The group of nope. Oh, we're all new, right? Yeah, we're not. No,
Run.
run.
I think that ends today's Brood Talk. Thank you guys for hanging out.
Of course.
Appreciate it. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Later.
See it.